Hola, South Lakes. Welcome to the Career Fair. I'm Mr. Hernandez, and I want to talk to you all a little bit about Spanish 1 and 2, our introductory courses to the Spanish language and culture designed for students with little to no prior experience. Um, we know that in the world that we're living in, which is constantly changing and where boundaries and barriers are becoming less relevant, it's crucial for individuals to know more than one language. Um, In addition to acquiring a language itself, we know that learners who become multilingual, bilingual, polyglots, etc., can take full advantage of the full scope of accompanying cognitive and social skills, making them great employees, leaders in their communities, and true global citizens. Most students in the US graduate high school knowing only one language, making it the only developed country in the world for which language learning is not a recognized priority. While precise measurements are difficult, many sources estimate that one out of every two people on the planet knows at least two languages. There may have been a time in the US when becoming multilingual was a luxury, but to thrive in an interconnected world with its expanding population, evolving technology, and growing emphasis on competing globally, it's a requirement. And remember, 3 out of 4 humans don't speak English. There are many benefits when it comes to learning a second language. Research indicates that people who speak more than one language develop a better memory, talent for problem solving, ability to concentrate, and tendency to be creative than people who speak only one language. Knowing at least a second language also reduces the chances of cognitive decline as you age. As educators, we want students to make decisions for themselves. When you learn a second language, you sharpen your decision making. Decisions made in a second language are more reason driven than decisions made in your first language. When tackling a challenge in a second or third or fourth language, you gain the objectivity and emotional distance you need to properly assess the situation. The result: clear eyed choices made through sound, systematic thinking. We also see academic success in students who are multilingual, but also students who are multilingual have professional advantages. When employers list the skills they seek most in a candidate, knowing more than one language is listed among the top 8, regardless of the job title, the economic sector, or the candidate's experience. In other words, whether you're an engineer, a restaurant server, a salesperson, or a small business owner, any role in any sector, multilingualism will serve your professional goals well. And while knowing more than one language is a powerful way to distinguish yourself from your peers and colleagues, it's becoming less of a nice to have and more of a job requirement. We know that knowing another language and culture allows you to see the world more fully. When you travel somewhere and know the language, the entire experience transforms. Traveling becomes more dynamic, more full of nuance and opportunities. Knowing the language lets you escape the tourist bubble and to interact with people in places nobody else could. You can read the street signs to find amazing locales, engage in more meaningful conversation, and immerse yourself in local culture, food, and art. One of the biggest joys as a world language educator is seeing the boost in confidence of my students. As you're learning a language, you'll make plenty of mistakes, often in front of an audience like me or your classmates. But these mistakes are actually steps towards becoming a more proficient speaker and more resilient learner. Studying a language allows you to take risk and step into something new and slightly uncomfortable, offering a fantastic chance to grow and mature. And when you eventually find yourself conversing with someone in their language, your sense of accomplishment will be unparalleled. Learning another language means learning another culture. And learning another culture means drawing comparisons between it and your own culture. You naturally discover places both positive and negative, where the cultures diverge. Your understanding of the awesomeness of humanity's diversity and ingenuity grows in 1,000 new directions. When you learn a second language, two amazing things happen. First, you come to know and speak your first language better. Second, learning a third language is much easier than the second, especially if you're a kid. So take that bold step towards communicating in as many languages as you choose and start with Spanish here at South Lakes.